Well, greetings, aloha, ilakesh, and aloha. Twice in one day, another presentation, audio presentation for you. I thought I need to expand on a few things. I don't know what any of you look at on social media, but for one, I'm getting a little bit tired of fact checkers. But it got me thinking about checkers. How, when that black or white checker piece manages to get from one side to the other on the black and white squares, the 64 squares, the 8 by 8, how it becomes crowned. How you can huff another piece and take it. HUFF. The divine feminine, I would suggest, is the double F, taking back its power. When that checker piece gets to the other side, it becomes crowned, does it not? Now this word cleave, with its dual meaning, you can cleave together, which is exactly what the conscious and the unconscious communication needs to do within oneself, that union, that marriage. It is often asked or pondered how an older woman can have a baby. Well, it is shown to you in Scripture. Sarah, who is advanced in years, has a baby. But remember, these are all states. Sarah and Abraham. That is your cerebrum. Cerebrum is personified as Abraham and Sarah. But remember, it is all affirm a meant being the mind. I've entitled, unusually I've come up with the title first for this presentation, which is Roots, Eats and Cleaves. Well, I can't help but give mention to Roots channel. Straightforward spelling, ROOTS. Go and listen to Maz, she's inspired, wonderful channel. But roots, yes, in the other sense, go into the darkness and grow towards the light, the seed, the idea of it. It's all contained in the words. But to cleave, there is a duality to that. Because when you see L, do you leave? Or are you cleaved? Because if you see L, it's the energy of the all, the alpha. It is split like the letter V, right down the middle. There's no need to ask why, because the V is split right the way down to the base. As I said in the previous video, it is when the Grim Reaper, what you could call the Judgment Day, the weighing up of what you've done in this experience, that determines whether you have to have another experience. But remember, you have the choices. So do you want to be devoured? That's where the eat part comes in. Or do you want to leave? Do you want to reach that point of perfection? You have two ways of doing that. So you can see, once you see, you can leave. Remember, as in Hotel California, see a life of fornication perhaps. But remember, like California, no man is an island. And I've lost my train of thought. It'll come back, it will come back. So, California. Yes, CA life form of IA or the EA. Again, there is a duality in that. Remember also that this illusory reality is putting you into an emotional state. Now perhaps you may even see the electromagnetic ocean in all of us. When we are put in an emotional state, when we allow our feelings to be rocked, it is all a state of mind. How many times do you hear someone say, oh, look at the state of you. What state have you got yourself into this time? And so on. But see the duality. There are united states. Well, it's the state of love. That's the one we all need to be in. That is the united state. See, there is no nation except your own wonderful human imagination. That is the creator, that is God, in the form of generic man. Generic. We're back to Janus again. The duality of it all. It is incredible. But it is all God playing every part. All these songs. Yes, California, it has come back to me. Think of the line in the song, I heard a mission bell. Well, what is your mission? What is it? Is that not your life path, your pathway? I heard a mission bell, and I thought this could be heaven, or this could be hell. See the duality? And remember, you can check out any time, but you can never cleave until you find the light. Now, was that song saying that? Is it my imagination and my interpretation, or is it God working through every vessel and the sparks of inspiration? If we are within a firmament, the mind of the Creator, I would suggest that comets and shooting stars are nothing more than passing thoughts. What sort of an impact they make on your world is entirely up to you. I have suggested that if imagination and feeling and thought creates this reality and it brings about the unsettled weather, the winds of change, because wind is air, which is spiritual, which is the breath of God. What then of earthquakes? Are they manifested from the collective consciousness, where people are beginning to see the cracks in the lunacy of this reality? Remember what your sole purpose for being here is. Soul. But you've been given a lunacy. You've got to be careful that your vessel does not drown in a sea of lies. It is all duality. Everything in this reality. It is all a game to find our way out. You can look at any board game and it will show you the same story, just as Hollywood will show you the same story. Think of the legal fiction, the straw man, the scarecrow in The Wizard of Oz. When Dorothy first speaks to him and asks for directions, what does he do? He points in 2 directions. And then he sings his song about if only I had a brain, because the straw man is just that legal fiction on the birth certificate, which is actually the death certificate. Then you are reanimated. The vessel is reanimated by a doctor, and you're in a hospital bay on a ward. All these words are just clues, little hints This is a wonderful game of hide and seek. When you change your state of mind, you will find at last you no longer are Atlas carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. It is all shown to you. Everybody is looking for Atlantis. Well, it's at last, because it is the point when you know. It was a punishment for giving mankind fire, or the knowledge of good and evil. Remember that a little bit of knowledge can be a dangerous thing, and the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Always duality with everything. That is the trick of the game. And what a wonderful time to be here, and what a wonderful experience this is. We are fast approaching the 21st of December, which is the midpoint of this 7 years of hell. What comes after 2024 will depend on each and every one of us and our collective thought manifestations. Yes, there'll be a second wave, but just make sure you've got a really good surfboard and you know how to ride those waves, because then you too will be walking on the water. And remember, there are waters below and waters above, as it tells you in Scripture. You choose which flow you want to go with, but ultimately you will not escape. You will find that light within inside yourself. You will come to that realization that you are God in a personalized form, just purely to have an experience here. Ta-ta for now.